ಹಿಂದೆ ರಾವಣ ತಾನು ವಂದಿಸದೆ ಗಜಮುಖನ, ಇಂದು ತಪವನು ಗೈದು ವರ ಪಡೆಯಲು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷದಿ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷದಿ ಬಂದು ವಿಘ್ನವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸಿ ತನ್ನರಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಧರೆಗೆ ಇಳಿಸುವನು. ವಂದಿಸುವು ದಾದಿಯಲಿ ಗಣನಾಥನ ಗಣನಾಥನ. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great joy that on behalf of all of us at SDM-IMD, I welcome you for this, the 22nd annual convocation of the Institute. To be more specific, let me welcome the parents of the graduating students, the executives of various corporate bodies with which the Institute is associated, well-wishers and patrons of the Institute, members of the press, members of partnering academic and professional bodies, the honorable members of the Governing Council and Advisory Board, Professor S. Prabhakar, the Secretary of the SDM Educational Trust, who is presiding over today's proceedings, and of course, our chief guest of the day, Sri Rajiv Dubey. This occasion is particularly joyous for all of us as SDM-IMD, thanks to the 2 international accreditations that were accorded for the flagship PGDM program during the course of the year. ACDSP, the US-based accrediting agency, recognized the Institute's systems and procedures by according the accreditation for the maximum length of 10 years. In the case of E-Pass, what makes the award stand out is the fact that SDM-IMD is the first institute in the country to have been accorded the accreditation. With all humility, we at SDM-IMD believe that these awards are a vindication of what SDM-IMD stands for in terms of total quality and social responsibility. We are indeed very honored by the presence of Sri Rajiv Dubey as the chief guest today. He is widely acclaimed and successful corporate executive who has held several leadership positions. Sri Dubey is the Group President HR and Corporate Services and CEO of Aftermarket Sector of Mahindra & Mahindra. He is the Chairman of the Group CSR Council and the Corporate Governance Cells and a member of the Governing Council of the Mahindra Institute of Quality. He joined Mahindra & Mahindra in January 2004 after a career spanning 29 years in the Tata Group. He spent 21 years with Tata Steel and the next 7 years as CEO, first of Tata Metallics and then of Tata Rallies Limited. Having studied economics at St. Stephen's College, Delhi, where he was incidentally ranked first in the university, he also went through the Delhi School of Economics. He did his MBA in the Yale School of Management, USA, as a J.N. Tata scholar and was selected as a distinguished alumnus of the school. In addition to his several responsibilities in the corporate sector, Sri Dubey is a core member of the Council of Global Advisors of Yale School of Management and is the immediate past president of the National Human Resources Development Network, NHRDN. I know that Sri Dubey has been going through a particularly hectic schedule over the last month or so, I know for a fact that he has had to make several adjustments to his plans in order to be with us today. Sir, we are all honored to have you with us today. I request Professor Prabhakar to present floral felicitations to our chief guest, Sri Rajiv Dubey. It's a matter of bad luck that our beloved chairman, Dr. Virendra Hegde, is unable to preside over the convocation function on account of a religious function that is being held in Dharmasthala. Although not physically present, his heart is here with us, and as was evident by his quiet inquiries about the proceedings and arrangements from time to time from yesterday. He has been kind enough to give us a video recording of his message to all of us. We shall now play it for you.
Every year, along with the students of Sri Dharmasala Manjunatheshwara Unit of Management Development and parents of the students of this institution, I as president of the institution look forward for this day of convocation. Convocation is a day when we pass on students to the society and see that they become worthy citizens of the nation. We established this institution way back with a great ambition that all the students who are educated here, trained here, and who are presented to the industry and the society should be highly knowledgeable along with great ethical values for life and their business as well or any profession. This year I am very happy because we have achieved a milestone. We have 2 recognitions from the international bodies for the performance, quality and evaluation of all the performances. I am happy that EPAS accreditation from EFMD has been received, and they will be handing over the awards very soon, as well as there is another Overland Park USA has also accredited our institution with a long-term sanction. I wish that the students will really be proud of this, parents will be proud of it. It's all because of the faculty effort of our institute, the director's contribution for the growth and development of this institute, and also with Sri Manjunath Swami's blessings. I'm sorry I will not be able to be with you, because every year all the temple festivals are fixed and dated, except the one festival which we are having today in Dharmasthala is fixed after Shivaratri, watching the auspicious date. Fortunately, I would say for Dharmasthala the days has come here, but unfortunately for us in the IMD, the dates have clashed, and I cannot be with you in Mysore today. But I am with you, my heart is with you, my good wishes are with you. And today I went to the temple, I prayed Sri Manjunath Swami's blessings to you and to the students who have just passed out this university. And I also wish you that you will have a great future. I convey my good wishes to the chief guest. I thank him for finding time for us and participating in the convocation. To all the faculty and director, Sri Parashuraman, I wish you all the best. I am very proud of you. I wish this
E-Pass accreditation involved basically concentration on three aspects: internationalization. The faculty team was able to gear up to the requirements and make sure that all the standards that E-Pass had down were met to their satisfaction. As far as ACBSP is concerned, their accreditation related to leadership, strategic inputs, as well as listening and learning. That is the general feedback mechanism by which the institute improves its operations. Again, we are hard off very well. As in the previous years, all major publications in the country have been rating SDMIMD quite high, among the top 30 and top 40 schools in the country. And it's a matter of joy that the acceptance in the corporate circles have gone up, both in terms of admission as well as academic rigor. Let me briefly take you through the academic programs that are going through in SDMIMD in the last year. The flagship PGDM program, the 2-year PGDM program, which has just now been accredited, got underway in June 2016. And as we have been doing for the last few years, we had a 15-day orientation program for the new batch, which involved several corporate talks on certain social responsibility angles and attitudes, and culminating with the visit to Dharmasthala, where they met the chairman. In Dharmasthala, the students also visited the social responsibility projects there and got sensitized to real work on empowering the poor. The postgraduate diploma in management PGDM 2016 had students from 20 states as in the previous years, and we had a male-female ratio of 130:46. We introduced a new course. We have been having this for the last 2 years, called Business Landscape, by which students are exposed to practical happenings in the world and discussions regarding newspaper reports and comments on corporate developments are discussed in class and debated. Students are put into groups and asked to make presentations to enable them to have awareness of what is going on in the corporate world and the connection between what they are learning in the class and how that is being implemented in the corporate sector. The other highlights of the PGDM program were that we continued our association with the National Stock Exchange for the purpose of NCCPM. This is especially useful for the finance specialized students to understand back office work. We had 64 corporate lectures by eminent personalities from various fields of corporate life as well as general life, impressing upon the students and specific qualities that they should have in order to succeed in the corporate life. Students were also part of the organization team for the 3 international conferences, the 2 national level conferences that we held in the institute. First year students were put through a socially relevant project involving 26 NGOs and not-for-profit bodies, and they got sensitized to various developments and requirements there and have presented good reports on what they observed in these organizations. We have also tried to expose them to cross-cultural and international talks by having talks and visitors from other countries as well as exposing them to joint projects with incoming foreign students. As usual, as in the previous years, we also continued with industry visits for the students. The placement for the year was successful. A large number of companies came, in spite of the fact that all over the country there have been some uncertainty thanks to the change in the president of US and as well as some policy uncertainties. But by and large, our placement performance was quite okay, though, and we hope to continue the good work in the years to come. In respect of the doctoral program, SDMIMD has launched a doctoral program, a PhD program in association with the University of Mysore. 7 scholars are doing their work. It involves going through a seminar on research methodology and quantitative techniques, and after that the real work on the PhD starts, and they are also made to go through 2 courses along with the second year students. So the process is on, and we are hoping that in the year to come, in a couple of years to come, we are going to probably double the number of students who will be going through the PhD programs. 3 customized corporate programs for corporate entities in and around Mysore. For Scanray Technologies, we had an 8-month program, which was run for 2 days in the week for 8 months, and it culminated successfully a couple of months back. We are currently in the process of completing a client-specific program for Vinyas Innovative Technologies. And earlier in the year, right in the beginning of the year, we had 2 small JK Tires programs for JK Tire executives, following up on what we had as a full-time, as a fuller JK Tire program last year. SDMIMD has plans to launch specific programs in the current year. A 1-year PGPM has been launched, which is going to get underway in May. It is a 1-year full-time residential program, and will attract students who have 2 years of corporate experience or 2 years of work in family business, or who are postgraduates. The admission process is on, and we are hoping to commence this course by the 2nd week of May. We also launched 4 specific verticals on sports management in association with a sports management body called Center for Sports and Management Studies, who are experts at coaching sports persons as well as in managing sports events. So in association, we're going to have a 3-month course on sports graduate diploma. For our second year student, the program will all get underway in June. SDMIMD has international tie-ups now with 6 international universities. Apart from attending A&M Shanghai, we now have tie-up with the University of Bordeaux in France, University of Po in France, the British University in Dubai, and the University of Montevideo in Uruguay. These exchange programs, these type all 4 types of exchange. The students from SDMIMD going to these universities, students from there coming here, and the faculty from here teaching in the other university, and their faculty coming here. So SDMIMD students went through 3 of the SDMIMD student courses in University of Po last term. 2 students went through a 21-day orientation in the University of Montevideo in Uruguay, and 4 students just now weeks back completed a full term in the University of Bordeaux. In terms of faculty exchange, I delivered a 1-day workshop in Shanghai University in China. Dr. Neetu Ganapati went for 2 specific courses there, separate courses on cross-cultural communication, and went to the University of Po for a course on business analytics. We had 1 full-time student from the University of Po who spent a whole term here. We had students from the University of Montevideo spend a week to 10 days on specific lectures, corporate visits, and social responsibility projects. We had students from the Shanghai University in China. They had come here in October and spent a week and did joint projects with those students. And as in the previous years, the students from Texas A&M University, both graduates as well as undergraduates, visited us in the first week of January. And we also had students and executive students from the British University in Dubai who visited us for a week and spent time on lectures and corporate visits. We had faculty from foreign universities, Professor Lee Schlinkler from the University of Po, Kaliyappa Kalirajan from the National University in Australia, Dr. Fole Carlos from the University of Montevideo, Professor Julian Gasper, who has been coming to SDMIMD for several years now from the Texas A&M University. Dr. Stephen Arrow Gordon, who actually spent a sabbatical 4 months last year, but this year he was not able to do that, so he was here for 1 month and he ran a course. And we have a Swami from Dubai, Dr. Ashley Pennington, who is the Dean of Research in the British University in Dubai, and Dr. Fabrice Gallia from the Burgundy Institute of Management in France. They were all here for seminar courses for our students. SDMIMD is very proud that it is among the few institutes in the country which is running a number of international and national conferences, both in India as well as abroad. We had 3 international conferences during the year: the International Finance Conference, the International Economics Conference, and the oldest conference, that is the International HR Conference. In addition, we also had 2 national level conferences, one on marketing, emerging trends in marketing, and one on operations management. In addition to that, we also conducted a special seminar on microfinance by an expert in microfinance, going by the fact that microfinance is an emerging field, and also continue JA Alpha, a Dubai-based academic body, for holding international conferences abroad. SDMIMD's role is basically as an academic partner in deciding conferences, and conferences were held in India as well as JA. We had the one in Chennai, one in Dubai, in fact 2 conferences in Dubai, and one in Singapore, and we with professional bodies in and around Mysore. Then Institute of Accountants conducted their regional conference here, and in association with us, Worth Electronics Mysore and the NIPM chapter of Mysore conducted a seminar on VUCA times here, which attracted a number of HR professionals. We had a social responsibility conference really from Asha Kiran Charitable Trust, which is a conference of doctors on alternative types of medicine and cure. We had also a special seminar on stress management technology in association with Vijay Foundation. Now I come to the other annual events at SDMIMD. As in the previous years, we had the annual leadership talk. This time it was delivered by Salil Ravindran, who has now become a countrywide expert on mergers and acquisitions. And he delivered a talk on the specific aspects that have to be gone through in mergers and acquisitions. We had, as usual, the special meet on industry academia interaction. We call it Convergence 3I in association with CII. And we had a number of experts from the industry as well as academics participate in it. And we had students from other institutes also invited for this event. As usual in the previous years, we conducted the international symposium coinciding with the visit of students and faculty from Mays Business School, Texas A&M. This involved a little bit of lectures, a lot of student-based events, and some cultural events. As in the previous years, we held the budget conclave immediately after the budget, and this was also done in association with CII, and provided a very useful forum on discussing various specific aspects of budget. SDMIMD has an entrepreneurship cell which has become more and more active over the years and helps students in developing business plans and ideas. And as a culmination event of that, we had the ESL Charcha, which was held, which also involved discussions by entrepreneurs, specific talks, and panel discussions. CII's youth wing, Young Indians, collaborated with the SDMIMD to hold a special event on IT industries and infrastructure in Mysore. As in the previous years, we were able to hold a number of management development programs for participants in other institutes as well as corporates. There was the MDP on managing difficult customers, which was held in July, MDP on inferential statistics in research, MDP on dimensions of leadership, MDP on emotional intelligence for effective leadership, finance for non-finance professionals, creativity and for managing. We saw methodology for and in addition to that, for major conferences, we had a pre-conference workshop with specific themes. The pre-conference workshop in respect of the finance conference had the theme of empirical research in finance. We were well at scholars in finance. The workshop for the economics conference was on sustainability and social responsibility. And the one before the HR conference was on HR, the road ahead. In addition, we had Dr. Srikandeya from the University of Washington, US, do a special workshop on competitive intelligence. Lee Schlinkler from the University of Po came and ran a workshop on business analytics for the benefit of students here. In addition to that, Mr. Kasturi Rangan, a well-known marketing faculty of India, visited us for running a special workshop on services marketing. Mr. Praveen Kamath, who is a senior executive in Wipro, ran a series of workshops on strategic management as well as attitudinal requirements for students. We also were able to run a faculty development program, the National Institute, and this was meant for their faculty, and basically the theme was on entrepreneurship. It covered a wide range of topics. As in the previous years, for the benefit of our faculty, we had an interactive session, and this time the session was chaired by Dr. K.R.S. Murthy, discussing on various pedagogical as well as subject matters and planning of courses. I now come to student activities. As in the previous years, we have the student event coach, which actually basically enables students to demonstrate their specific talents in respect of arts. That was held. We had the undergraduate fest called Abhigyan. We had, as usual, the popular B-School fest called Nice Sons. In addition, in association with the Y. Bhagavan Memorial Trust, we held the national level debate competition, which also had students from other institutes come and participate. In order to encourage students with photographic skills, we had a cinematics competition, and which was judged by experts from outside. And we had a library initiative specifically for a government school in Mysore, which was actually a total initiative by the library of SDMIMD as well as the students of SDMIMD, which involved going to the other school and enabling them to understand various specific aspects, teaching them on certain topics, and also lending them a number of books. Vitaksh is a program by the Finance Club of SDMIMT, and this has become increasingly popular over the years. Students even called Game of Words. In addition, SDMIMD's Kala Anubhav, which is a cultural MD, every year we program, and this year blood And this year was no exception. In association with H, came for states, all ethnic festivals assumed great significance. And Sonesh Chaturthi festival, the Onam festival, the Kannada Rajyotsava celebration, as well as the Dasara. And this was presided over by our chairman, Dr. Virendra Hegde. We also set up the chapter and earlier in the year chapter, which is now becoming more and more active. Alumni who came to the campus and delivered lectures for the benefit of our students. SDMI is very active. The SDMIMD Journal of Management has become increasingly popular and very soon is likely to get. We have articles from scholars from all over the world, and this goes through a very, very rigorous review process as well. In addition to that, SDMIMD has 3 internal publications. One, Cases in Management, which is a compendium of dedicated case by each of the faculties from different areas. Contemporary Issues in Management, which is a dedicated paper by each faculty. Service of select summer internship projects, which out of the summer internship projects are presented by the students, 20 to 30 of the top projects are taken and summarized, and the faculty their comment impact of these reports. In addition to that, we launched a new series called Applied Research, encouraging faculty to team up with students for specific research projects which will involve a lot of data, primary study. 11 such projects were completed during the year. the top gorgeous college campuses that has come in BuzzFeed. 64 invited talks by eminent persons from various walks of life, great executive responsibility angles. Let me congratulate the students of the 2015-17 batch who will soon be very soon be conferred with the postgraduate diploma. Let me wish them the very best in their careers in life. I'm sure that they will be worthy ambassadors of the values of Dharmasthala and SDMIMD. I request you all to remain in touch with SDMIMD and give us the happiness of your progress in the very best. Let me conclude by acknowledging the team effort of the faculty and staff in all the institute's activities, and particularly in the accreditation process. All long hours of work and commitment, and the faculty and staff were totally equal to it. Thanking all our well-wishers and the public, I wish to say that it is a journey towards total excellence with the support and feedback from all of you. I would once again like to thank the Secretary, all the members of the governing council, all the previous directors of the institute. One is present.
Thank you, sir. Award of Postgraduate Management. Candidates for the award of the Postgraduate Diploma in Management, please rise. The candidates will individually receive their diploma at council. Abhijit Kuru. Abhinandan V.S. Rajiv. Akash Gupta. Amit Kumar Sharma. Amrita K.R. Ankit Bhagwanji Sangani. Anup Jyoti Das. Arjun P.S. Ashish Kumar Dubey. Judge. Chaitanya Geddam. Cyril John Varghese. Dheeraj Kumar. Ishwar K.R. Garika Day, Gaurav G, Hannah Priyadarshini B, Harshad Mishra, Jagriti, Jessima, Kalsank Akshay Pai, Karthik Sunil Nair, Kidiyur Nihal Saheb, Krishna Gopal Sharma, Madonna Nivedita, Muhammad Adnan Wasi, Nakul Chengappa, Naveen KU, Nikhil P. Bharadwaj, Nishant Kumar, Pooja R. Hegde, Prajakta Harmalkar, Prashant Raj, Prerna Roj, Sadhana Kudur, Sanjana M, Sharat M. Deshpande, Shijin J.R., Shivateja Vadde, Shreyas N. Iyengar, Chengappa, Sonal Gangwar, Shrikant V. Kadkol, Sumant M.M., P. Mishra, Vaishnavi L.V., Gaddam Venkata Chaitanya, Vinay Prabhakar, Vishnu Prasad C, Vipin C, Abhishek, Aishwarya S. Das, Akash Murthy, Amit Kamath A, Anisha, Annie Shruti, Aparna Casey, Archana Shastri, Arpan, Atira, Ayesha Arbina, B. Ramya Pai, Chiranjeevi B, Dipyaman Chaudhary, Gaurav Barjatia, Griffin Philip Varghese, Harishankar PS, Indrashish Gwin, Lakshmi Suresh, Madhumita J, Markala Yugandhar Srinivas, Mayuk Dominic Rebello, Mohammad Manzoor, Mogral, Mita Tia, Shom, Sumant Samrajya, Tushar Joshi, Vamsi Krishna Chaganpati, Vibhakar SN, Vinod Kumar C, Abdul Karim Khan, Abhilash V, Abhishek Chandra, Ajay J, Akil M, Amol Rachit Goyal, Anita Narayanan, Anubhav Jain, Aradhana Rawat, Saxena, Arvind Bharadwaj M, Atreyi Acharya, Bhagyashri Patnala, Chitradeep Pramanik, Dhanush Ars TA, Dominic S. Joseph, Gagan Chengappa MN, Gokul G, Hamid ul Rashid, Harsh Garg, Harshit Gowda R, J. Chandana, Braganza Jasman Inacio, Jubin Babu, Karyappa AS, Krishna Arun, Lalit Surya Yam, Madineni Lakshmi Sai Tejashri, Mangalvedi Karthik Keshav, Meda Sharma, Mohammad Shabazz, Nadia Fernandez, Narendran V, Neha Tata B, Nishant Kanishka, Pawan Kumar Singh, Pradeep KT, Pranshu Parik, Preeti MN, Rakesh Malgi, Ramchandra Udapi, Sira Pratyusha, Shiva Kamboj, Shruti S. Iyengar, Shweta Naveen Kotian, Snehalata, Sumuk Mutalik, we. Vipin Kumar T. Jha. To Miss Anita Narayanan. Gold medal for excellent performance in marketing goes to Miss Namita TR. Gold medal for excellent performance in operations goes to Miss Pooja R. Hegde. Gold medal for excellent performance in systems goes to Mr. Akash Gupta. Thank you, sir. I'm also happy to announce the certificate of commendation awarded to Srikanth V. Kadkol for demonstrating excellent leadership quality. I now request our Chief Guest, Sri Rajiv Dubey, to deliver the convocation address.
Distinguished members on the dais, even more distinguished members of the audience, and my fellow students. I am greatly privileged and deeply humbled to be standing here in front of you. In fact, so humbled as to be rendered almost speechless, but I have a speech to give. So I take courage from the German poet Wolfgang Goethe, who would have told me, "Do not be so humble, dear sir, after all." Taking courage from that and suitably humbled, I want to present before you my views on leadership in the age of disruption, the 3+5. The new normal in which leaders will have to operate is characterized by VUCA, which stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, accompanied by a pushback by all stakeholders, whether they be customers, our own employees, members of the supply chain, shareholders, of course, and the communities in which we operate. This is the new normal in which the leaders of tomorrow have to create outperforming businesses. And the problem before them is, how do we create sustained business outperformance while at the same time showing extreme care for all stakeholders and nurturing and nourishing the core values of the organization and the individual? In fact, the belief now and the evidence now is that you cannot have sustained business outperformance unless you at the same time show extreme care and nurture and nourish core values. So the three questions that us, philosophia perennia in any situation: why do we do what we have to do? What do we do? How do we do it? Behold, the answers to all three stem from the answer to the question, we, as individuals and as organizations. For the purpose of this short presentation, I'm going to come from the space that while strategy, structure, processes, and metrics are all necessary, and don't get me wrong, you cannot do anything without them, the source of transformation and greatness at the end of the day is the human being. So this whole presentation is from the point of view of the leader and all the young men and women, in fact, all the young women and men, since it was the women who sort of marched off with most of the prizes. For you, this is from your point of view. The most important thing in the new normal,
when things are going to be topsy-turvy, when what is right yesterday will be wrong tomorrow, you don't know what is good, what is bad, is to have a purpose, a dream, an overarching dream. It is this dream that will take you to your final destination. It is this dream that you will turn to when you fall down, because let me assure you, you will fall down many times. 3 steps forward, 2 steps backward. Dream that will take you where you have to go. So please have a dream and stick to your dream. Do not give up your dream, no matter what the vicissitudes of life. Now, this dream, this purpose that drives everything, who we are, is something that should be of a higher order. This dream cannot be, I want to be the managing director of a company, or that I have to receive so much of a top line or a bottom line. It is a higher order dream that makes people reach for the stars. I don't know what your dream is. It could be freedom from poverty for the nation. Make India a nation free from disease, from hunger. I don't know what your dream will be, but have your dream, have a big dream. So having a dream, I would like to suggest that there are 3 attitudes that will take you to your dream and make it come true. I'm calling this the 3 in the 3+5. What are these? Number 1, accept no limits. Always strive to stretch the envelope. Number 2, alternative thinking to drive innovation. It is innovation that will give success in the new normal. And number 3, drive positive change within the organization and outside. Now, these are words, and in any organization, you have to align the HR levers to these 3 views of the world or these 3 attitudes. You have to do that, because just having an attitude, just having a thought is not good enough. You have to implement it. So you'll have to go through the grind of aligning the HR levers to these 3 views of the world. And the HR levers, as you know well, are things like the performance management system, the talent management system, the reward and recognition system, the communication system, things of that kind. Now, I don't want to make this a technical talk, so let me move on and say that the core of what you have to do will be to unleash the potential of people in the organization and of systems in the organization, and indeed of all the stakeholders that you deal with. And that can only happen if you empower and if you create shared value. So let me move now to the 5, because what people will experience are not HR levers, but your behavior. So I believe there are 5 behaviors which, if lived by you, will maximize the possibility or the probability that the 3 attitudes will come to life seamlessly and effortlessly as you go around pursuing your dream. Let me tell you what these 5 are. The first one is the ability in any situation to use the whole mind, the ability to combine the left brain of logic, intellect, and rationality with the right brain of emotion, empathy, and connection. It is the left brain that has worked very well till now, in the industrial age particularly. It has worked very well in the information age. But we are moving beyond that into the conceptual age. And in this age, the key to the kingdom will lie for those leaders, those young and bright leaders who are graduating today, who effortlessly, in any situation, will combine the left and the right brain and use the whole brain to address any problem and to create solutions. When the mantra is going to be to do more with less, leaders have to be multipliers. Multipliers of what? Of energy, of passion, of engagement. You cannot do that if you are the extreme command and control type. If you are driven to show in any situation, I am the best, I have all the answers, you do what I tell you, you will be a diminisher. A multiplier is one who knows no less, who's as wise as the command and control type, but who has the wisdom to know that he does not have all the answers. So he listens, shows respect, does not pretend to know all the answers, but focuses on asking the right questions and then co-creating the answers. It is multipliers and not diminishers who will win the day in the new normal. Leadership in the time of disruption will be all about innovation. You cannot have innovation unless you take risk and you experiment. Nobody will take risk and experiment if there is a culture of fear by which the leader rules. You know that fear in any case is the most powerful and dominant emotion in all our lives. So in any case, we are struggling with our fear. And if on top of that, the leader creates a culture of fear, then nobody is going to take any risk or try out something new. They will continue walking down the trodden path, the rules and regulations and processes, and there will be no innovation, there will be no transformation, there will be no success in the new normal. Therefore, it is really important for leaders of tomorrow to know how to manage fear so that people can go out and take risks and experiment. And equally, if not more important than knowing how to manage fear and taking risks, is what you learn from failure. Failure is guaranteed at least 50% of the time by definition when you take risk. So there will be failure. All of us have encountered failure. What matters is not how many times we fail, but what we learn from our failure and how we leverage the learnings from our failure to create success. You must have heard of Harry Potter. Your permission to quote from a few lines that the author of Harry Potter gave in her Harvard commencement address. J.K. Rowling was a single mother and a singularly unsuccessful person till she wrote Harry Potter and then was catapulted to fame. Here are a few lines from J.K. Rowling's Harvard commencement address on failure. I quote, "It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. The knowledge that you will emerge wiser and stronger from setbacks, that you will never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both have been tested by adversity. Such knowledge is a true gift, and even though painfully acquired, it has been worth more to me than any qualification I ever earned." Unquote. This is important advice for young MBA students, especially in India. In India, we look very, very disparagingly at failure. And that is why in India, we till now have not had the kind of innovation that the Silicon Valley has. It is something we must learn. Failure is not something to be disparaged. Failure is not something to be avoided at all costs. You have to go and take risk and embrace failure when it comes and learn from it. Very important advice. Mindfulness. Now you'll wonder, what is this bearded gentleman talking about to us MBA students about mindfulness? Go in the caves of the Himalayas, Mr. Dubey, and be mindful. Let me assure you, be able to read a single issue of the Harvard Business Review without coming across the word mindfulness at least 20 times from now onward. Mark my words. What is mindfulness? In the new normal, VUCA plus pushback, mindfulness can mean many things, but in my speech here today, it refers to the ability to be open to all the possibilities that exist in any moment, to not be a prisoner of our past success or our past failure. If we are not even aware of the possibilities that exist around us in any moment, how can we even think of creating a new reality? So please note, you have to be aware and open to all possibilities, and then you have to choose multifarious possibilities that exist in any situation you want to pick on and make into a reality. Mindfulness, being open to all possibilities, is not possible unless you are totally here and now, fully in the moment, listening to the voice of the consumer, the voice of competition, the voice of stakeholders, the voice of the winds of technological change. If you are not present here and now, you will never listen to them and you will never create anything great. I want your permission for a small quote on mindfulness and here and now. Look well to this day, for in its short course lie all the realities and verities of existence, the splendor of growth, the glory of action, the joy of achievement, the sorrow of loss and separation. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is my salutation to the dawn. A simple exposition of here and now, written by Kalidas. The fifth behavior, last but not least. In fact, if you want to remember one word from my convocation address, and I see no reason why you must, you must be listening to addresses and speeches and all the time, but if from my speech you want to remember one word, it is the word on the screen in front of you, trust. If you do everything else that I have talked about, but you're not able to create a culture and an atmosphere of trust in the organization, trust you, and where you in turn trust others, you will never be able to achieve anything great. How do you create trust? I have a simple view. It's not a simplistic view, it's a simple view. Of course, you need technical competence, but more important than technical competence at senior levels, especially at leadership levels, is authenticity. Can people believe that you are saying what you think and that you will do what you say? So is your thinking, saying, and doing aligned again and again and again? This is authenticity. This is what creates trust. This is walking the talk. This is removing the mask, having the courage to be who you are with your strength and with your weaknesses. I just want to leave a thought with you as you walk out of the hallowed portals of this great institute and make marks and waves for yourself in the world. Remember that community interaction is going to be a very important thing for all organizations. Not only is it morally and philosophically a right and good thing to do, and that should be good enough reason for you to do it, there are two other great advantages that will come from community interaction for organizations and for individuals. Number one, interacting with communities gives you access to the unmet needs of underserved customers in underpenetrated markets. And that can be a mother font for innovation, for products, for services, for target segments, and indeed for business models. In addition, if you give your time in community interaction, in addition to the money that you give, it becomes a crucible experience for leadership development. Community interaction, where you have to deal with difficult groups of people who you have to influence without having any authority, makes you connect deeply with yourself and teaches you rules and principles of leadership you will never pick up in any classroom. Now, if I were to write an article for the Harvard Business Review, and I'm not doing that, here is the slide that I would present to encompass all that I have said till now. Tomorrow's company and tomorrow's leaders will be those who are led by a higher order purpose, who know how to align knowledge, that is knowing, with execution, that is doing, with the inner space, which is being. Many business schools focus a lot on knowledge, a little bit on execution, and hardly anything on the being part. Now, I know STM IMD probably does a fair amount of being, but it is so important that you have to align all three: knowing, doing, and being. If one of them is left out or two of them are left out, it's no good going with just one. So, is led by a higher order purpose, knows how to align knowing, doing, and being in pursuit of the triple bottom line of profit, people, and planet, and doing that with a sense of pride that unleashes the potential of the individual, groups, and of the entire ecosystem. I would like to add that even as you go out into this world and do the 3+5 or whatever you choose to do to be successful, I hope you will never ever give up your basic values. Not for me to tell you what your value should be. I want to share with you what my values are and what I would never give up, no matter what. Number one, Satya, speaking the truth regardless of the consequences. Number two, prem, compassion, the ability to put yourself into the shoes of the other person. And finally, seva, a sense of service. Can I do something for those who are less fortunate than me? Can I bring a smile onto the face of a person who's plunged into the depths of despair? Can I wipe the tears from the eyes of somebody who is in deep sorrow? We are so used to taking. We are so used to thinking I, me. Can we for a moment step out and think you rather than I? Can I step out and give? And believe me, the joy that giving gives to you and the power that it gives to you, the power it gives to you to do anything that you choose to do is far, far greater than any power that you will get when you only take. So please give. I want your permission as I end my address to read out something that I call the RISE Manifesto. Now, it's not as good as the Communist Manifesto, but it inspires me. Permit me to read it out. Today is another perfect day to defy the world's naysayers. Today, we will think bigger than our size. Today, we will refuse to accept limitations. Today, we will not be held back by the past. Today, we will focus on the future and never, ever blink. Today, we will break down another barrier, scoff at another convention, and use alternative thinking to solve another previously unsolvable problem. Today, we will accomplish something astounding. Today, we will set an example for the world with boldness, with confidence, with relentless optimism. Good morning. Today is another perfect day to rise. I come now to the most important slide in my presentation. Thank you very much for listening to me.
I now request Professor S. Prabhakar to kindly address the gathering.
the chief guest of the evening, Sri Rajiv Dubey, members of the Governing Council and Advisory Board of the Institute, Director, members of the faculty, my dear students, parents, and distinguished invitees. Our chairman, Sri D. Virendra Hegde, is not with us today to preside over this function on account of an unavoidable religious function at Dharmasthala. SDM IMD is a special institution for him, and he cherishes the time he spends with the students here. All of us at SDM IMD value his presence enormously, and it is regrettable that he is not part of the ceremony today. His good wishes are with us and has been conveyed to you already. We are extremely happy to have Sri Rajiv Dubey amidst us today. He is highly successful corporate leader, an HR professional, a great organizer. At a time when it is becoming increasingly evident that India's future will be decided by the corporate growth, it is apt that we have a successful Indian corporate executive who is taking on the world corporate affairs as our chief guest. We are fortunate that you have delivered the convocation address today, and I am sure our students will derive immense benefit and encouragement from your address. I welcome you, sir, again and wish you all the best. I am delighted to be with all of you on this momentous occasion and wish to share a few of my thoughts. This year has seen the fulfillment of our dreams. The Institute was set up about 25 years ago with a dream of having a world-class institution steeped with Indian values. Now, two highly reputed international accreditation agencies have given our PGDM program a special status. In their detailed report, they have commended us on the high ethical practices of the trust and professional outlook overall. India has in recent years made great progress in the areas of science and technology, engineering and IT. The purchasing power of the growing middle class is increasing. All of this is very positive, but we are faced with the huge challenge of economic upliftment of the poor, gender inequality, corruption, among other issues. Countries are ahead with us in terms of infrastructure, a good law enforcement system, business-friendly clean environment. This calls for concerted action at all levels from all of us. Our education system has to be overhauled to churn out committed youngsters to a safer and better India. Youngsters should be empathetic and sensitive to the needs of the people from poor sections of the society. Our curriculum should equip youngsters with the skills necessary to transform into resonant leaders who are able communicators, ethical in their outlook, compassionate and aware of the global business landscape. At SDM IMD, with this end in mind, the curriculum is revised every year to ensure that our students get the best. We also benchmark our courses with that of the best B schools in the world. The PGDM program has a mix of foundation courses in the first year and electives in the second year, allowing the students to gain a firm grounding in the managerial discipline of choice. Our pedagogical methods have evolved over the years to give students a rich learning experience. In addition, core management subjects we ensure the students are exposed to this social responsibility and sustainability. With a networked campus, it has become possible to bring a world of learning into the classrooms. An award-winning campus equipped with art infrastructure, quality and well provides students with a wonderful environment. A dedicated faculty team who ensure that they uphold the highest standards in teaching and research. A place where learning is fun, interesting and inspirational. But we are only too aware that a lot more needs to be done. With the support of all our well-wishers and able guidance from our learned board, we can scale new heights. The students have been offered various challenging roles. Given the wide exposure they have at SDM IMD, I feel confident they will deliver. Today is a happy day for all of us and a momentous occasion for the 178 students who have been awarded the postgraduate diploma. It's a significant milestone in their life's journey. I congratulate each one of you and your families on this achievement. In this hour of joy, let me remind you of your larger duty towards our nation and society. Remember to give back to society what you have received so far and strive to make this world a better place to live in. I am certain that you will be worthy ambassadors of this institute and will uphold the values of the institute wherever you go and keep the flag of SDM IMD flying high. Remember that you are part of the SDM IMD family and we will always be there with you. I wish that you stay connected with the institute and inspire your juniors with your achievements in life. Let me wish each one of you a great career and a life of abundance. I am happy to say that the management is very happy about the progress development of the institute. In terms of international tie-ups, international and national conferences, research output, and student exposure, we have made remarkable strides in the last few years. Let the pursuit for excellence continue. Let me conclude with a prayer to Lord Manjunath Swami and all the deities of Sri Kshetra Dharmasthala and Goddess Chamundeshwari to bless and bestow good fortune on all of you. Thank you.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely happy to propose the vote of thanks today. We at SDMIMD thank Sri Rajiv Dubey for having consented to be the chief guest today in spite of his busy schedule. I'm sure the audience in general and students in particular would have found his speech highly thought-provoking. It has been a privilege to have you with us today, sir. Thank you very much. I request our secretary, Professor S. Prabhakar, to hand over the memento to Sri Rajiv Dubey. Though our beloved chairman is not with us today, we would like to thank him for his guidance, support, and encouragement in all our activities throughout the year. We would also like to thank from the Governing Council, because we have greatly benefited by their guidance, contribution, council and advisory board in charting out the path for future development of this institute. On behalf of SDMIMD family, let me record our gratitude to honorable members, particularly the members present here today. I thank Professor S. Prabhakar, Secretary SDMIMD Trust, for his constant support to SDMIMD from day one until. Thank you, sir. Shri B. Surendra Kumar, Vice President SDMIMD Trust. Thank you, sir. Shri B. Buttaraman, former Vice Chairman Tata Steel. Thank you very much, sir, for your guidance. Dr. K.R. Srinivas Murthy, former Director, Indian Institute of Management Science, Bangalore. Thank you very much, sir. Shri R. Guru, Chairman, N. Rangarav and Sons. Thank you very much, sir. Shri K. Jairaj, former Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Karnataka. Thank you very much, sir. Shri Sid Mukherjee, Chief Executive Officer and Founder, Silver Spirit Investments. Thank you very much, sir. I thank the members of the media who are present here for covering this event. On behalf of SDMIMD family, let me congratulate all the students who have been awarded the postgraduate diploma in business management today. Thank you, guys. And wish all of you a very best in your careers and personal life. We hope that you will continue your association with the institute and be a part of all our developmental activities. I take this occasion to thank parents of late Suman Narayan, our alumnus, for instituting the gold medal for best performance in HR in her memory. Thank you, sir. She passed away recently, so thank you very much, sir. I thank the parents and family members who accepted our invitation and are present here to share this great moment of joy. Thanks to all the parents who are here. Finally, I thank all the invitees of today's function and hope to have your patronage for the Institute activities in future also. I request all of you after the event to kindly join us for tea. And now I request all of you to raise for the national anthem and remain standing until the convocation procession leaves the hall. Thank you very much.